breakfast ahead of time on their app. You can't go wrong with one of their great bagel sandwiches or breakfast burritos. Stop by any of their 4 locations in Lincoln and their location in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
This just in, hot off the bench press. Planet Fitness has expanded strength equipment. Save $28 or more when you join today. We're raising the bar with these benches, and our hack squat will have you actually looking forward to leg day. Plus, we're still repping all the best-in-class equipment we've always had. There's no better time to get stronger. So join Planet Fitness today and save $28 or more. Just $1 down, $15 a month.
Find your nearest club and join today. Deal ends July 31st.
See Home Club for details.
Saturday. Eagle Raceway is open for a full season of dirt track racing action every Saturday night. Don't miss the epic battles on the high banks of Eagle Raceway each Saturday between the Nebraska Septic Sprint Cars, Nebraska Lottery Modifieds, Avid Realty Sport Mods, Valentino's Hobby Stocks, and A1 Iron Stock Cars. Let's go racing. Eagle Raceway, just 10 miles east of Lincoln on O Street. Check out the full schedule at eagleraceway.com.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top-quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
A1 Automotive's second location is now open at 5110 State Hill Drive, just off of Yankee Hill Road. The new location continues to specialize in all makes and models and provides personalized service as they have for 15 years. To honor the new store opening, A1 is offering $25 off any service over $300, $50 off services over $500, and $75 off services that total over $750, all through July 31st. Schedule your appointment today at a1autolincoln.com and visit their new location in South Lincoln at 5110 State Hill Drive.
It's never too late to start protecting your company's data from cyber attacks. Your customers put their trust in you to keep their information safe from online threats. Don't let them down. Partner with Hamilton Business Technologies to get real-time threat monitoring, advanced security protocols, and experts who monitor it all for you. We care about the success of your business and the communities you serve. Hamilton Business Technologies. Real people, real technology solutions. Connect with us at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend. Welcome to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainert.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen
one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, welcome to this tremendous Tuesday. It's very steamy outside. It's very warm. The air is very thick, and it's aggressive, kind of like Nick was at the softball tournament this weekend. You know, a text thread that we have, and Nick shares some news with us, what he's going to share with you guys. And
do I need to share the story?
Well, yes,
I
you
don't
are.
feel like I don't feel like it's right. What if the guy's listening? He'll come and find me.
Well, we're not hard to find.
Well,
1040 Elm Street.
As of right now, I am. I'm covert right now.
Well, you've been all over the place, man. You went from one state to Vegas, from Vegas, got back home.
I was in Dallas.
And you joined us for a 6:40 MT time on Saturday morning when you shot your PR.
I did.
Shot an 82. You beat me like a stepchild, but by 10 strokes. I could not hit anything. The only thing working for me Saturday was the putter. Everything else was in the trash. Then you leave there. You drive to Hastings. You become, I don't know. You become Darryl Strawberry. You start fighting people in parking lots.
What was
a championship?
Tony Gwynn. I used the comparison to
Tony
Gwynn.
Yeah. And then you hop on a plane yesterday morning. You spend the day in Chicago. And here we are today.
And here I am today.
Nick, that was one heck of a 8 to 10 days.
And I leave for Canada a week from today.
Oh boy.
For a vacation though. That's for a vacation. That one's been on the calendar for a long time. But no, it's been a crazy, week and a half. I've appreciated all the opportunities. I mean, here's the thing. That's one thing that I had to recognize though when it was in the moment was like, okay, this is pretty sweet. I'm in Vegas for Big Ten Media Days, and this is a pretty cool opportunity. So shout out to the Ticket, obviously, and DP and them. And then it was Thursday, and we were sitting there at Big Ten Media Days, or Wednesday, and DP looks at Austin and I and goes, "Well, I think there's value in sending one of you guys to Big Ten Volleyball Media Days in Chicago." And so he was like, "Which one of you would like to go?" And Austin and I were both interested in going, but Austin's got more things here. He's got kids, he's got a wife, he's got a family, and so it's harder for him just to be able to just take off and take to the sky, and so because of that and other reasons, the Ticket offered to send me, and it was a great time in Chicago. I was telling Ellie and Rudy though when I got in this morning, it was kind of bizarre because I pulled out of my house, or my place yesterday at 5 a.m. for my flight left Lincoln at 6:07. And shout out to the Lincoln Airport. They have some exciting news. I don't know if they've already announced it. They have
this morning.
Okay, cool. I was gonna say I knew it was coming today at some point. Yeah. I didn't know if they had already announced it. They have some exciting news with some new airlines and stuff. And so shout out to the Lincoln Airport. But yeah, flight left at 6:07 yesterday morning. And then so I left my place at 5, and then got out and landed finally at 10:35 last night into Lincoln. And it was kind of bizarre driving and pulling into my garage yesterday and going, all right, so I left Lincoln this morning. You don't take any luggage. It was the first time I've ever been on a plane where it's like, I just don't have luggage. I just had my backpack with my laptop. And then I was like, all right, now here I am sleeping in my own bed the same night. But I was in Chicago today. Yeah. So it was kind of weird. It was weird walking aimlessly around the city, knowing that I don't have a hotel. I don't have anywhere to call home for the day. But I mean, it was a good time, and Volleyball Media Days was a really good time as well.
Nick, I'm just going to say something here. It would have been, I got to count this up my head. Hole 13 at Woodland Hills over the pond.
Okay.
You hit probably one of the best shots I've ever seen you hit in my life. You were blind. You couldn't see. The hole was blind. 13.
Which one would that have
remember
been?
The one,
10,
remember 11, the
12.
Right before the long.
Right, 12 is the part. Oh, yeah.
13.
Yeah.
The hole was tucked in the left. Hole was tucked in the left corner.
Couldn't see the pin.
Couldn't see it. You're probably at least 200 out, maybe 195, 200.
I think I was 196.
196.
Or no, excuse me. I was 207.
I was gonna say I thought it was a little longer.
I was like 200 and some, because the conversation that I had with Jay Foreman was he asked me, he's like, what club are you hitting? And I said, I'm gonna just pull a 7 so I can, because my ball rolls out so much, and that's an indication that I don't hit it clean. But I was like, I'm just going to pull a 7 because normally he's like, well, how far do you hit your 6? And I said, well, about 205. I can carry my 6 205. And so I said, if I hit my 7 about 190, 195, it should be okay.
You played a baby fade in you couldn't see it obviously because it was a blind hole for you. I mean, at least the pin was blind, not the hole, but the pin was. And as soon as you hit it, I'm like, oh, he hit that on the screws. Mm-hmm. And that joker plopped 8 feet away from the cup?
Yeah, and then I 2-putted.
8. You didn't have to tell him that part.
I didn't have to tell him that part, but
you were flirting with breaking 80.
Oh my gosh!
I'm sorry, 70. You were flirting with breaking 70.
I was so close.
You played good, young man.
I appreciate that.
You played great.
And then it was like, all right, well, how do I want to ruin my golf swing? I finally. So I had played Woodland Hills in an event the day before, the night before, after work, and the night before, and it was. I mean, I shot like an 80. I think I shot an 85 that day. So it was like back-to-back days of decent golf, and then I go and play state slow pitch softball. So
yeah, that's a little bit of contrast.
a little bit of a different swing there, but it was a good weekend.
So how many teams were in Hastings for this? And any listeners, if you were playing, had a team, let us know. Text in 402-464-5685 if you had a team out in Hastings. How many teams were out there, Nick?
This is bad because I was just a sub. I was just subs this weekend. There was multiple divisions. So there's multiple divisions. And then there was women's and men's slow pitch. And so it was all kind of going on at the same time.
So it was packed.
It was packed. But Hastings, they have a great complex. Like I remember when that complex freshly opened up, and it was actually the year that my sister won the state championship for Pius softball. They won it out in Hastings. And I just remember that like at that time, before the Sandhills Global Complex opened up, in North Lincoln, it was like, okay, why was Hastings able to get something like this, but Lincoln can't? And so, but now that's not an issue anymore.
I remember they built that complex, Nick. What is it about? Is it 10 years old yet?
Oh, about that. Yeah.
About 10
I would
years
say,
old.
yeah, a little bit more maybe.
And they had all the hotels they started building around there.
Yep.
And it's like Hastings and Grand Island. I didn't realize until years ago have this, there's just kind of this competition with each other.
Oh yeah.
And it's pretty bitter.
Oh yeah.
From the old heads. When you talk to the old heads like me that live in one of the two areas, they're like, oh yeah, they're always trying to outdo each other. Well, that complex they built out there is magnificent. They play state out there too, don't they?
Oh yeah. So state softball, state fast pitch, like for high school softball is out there. It's such a great complex. There's 8 fields. And Hastings is that, like you said, they have enough hotels, whether it's like they got the Holiday Inn, they got the Comfort Inn, they got the Hampton Inn. I mean, they got Quality Inn, Days Inn. Like there's a lot. There's enough restaurants and stuff. The best part, and this is going to be a free shout out, but the best part of the entire Hastings trip was I went in Vegas at Mandalay Bay. There's a Subway in Mandalay Bay, and a foot long is $23.99.
Good
at Mandalay Bay. And the best thing ever was when 2 days later, after a day and a half later, after I left Vegas and was used to paying $24 for a foot long, on Saturday night for dinner, we went to Subway, and it was the same exact sandwich was $11.09 in Hastings. And I was like, this is incredible. I'm paying less than half price for this. Everything seems so cheap. I was like, hey, anybody else want a sandwich? I'm buying today. So I mean, it was a really, really, kind of an eye-opening thing.
And you guys won the championship.
We did. We won on Sunday. So we initially we were undefeated going into the championship, and so the other team had to beat us twice. They beat us by 1 run in the first game, and then we beat them. I can't remember. It was like 9-4 or something like the second game.
Brought home the hardware.
It was good. Brought home the hardware. It was a good time. Like I said, it was just a sub, so I didn't play for that team the entire season. I don't play slow pitch softball in the regular, but subbed in and ended up winning the championship.
I love it, man. So I love it. Right here, Cubsker goes, good morning, Cubsker. Had some old softball buddies playing for Southeast Nebraska.
That's funny, Cubsker. That's who we beat on Sunday morning. Sorry.
Really?
Yeah, we beat. Hey, I'll tell you about them though. So we walked into that game on Sunday morning, and it was like these dudes are they're grown men, and they're jacked. They are built.
Yeah.
And we're sitting there going, okay, this is going to be a toughest test. Like you got me batting, I'm playing second base, and then you got like a 35-year-old man that's, got no fat on his body, and he's just jacked. I'm just like, there's a contrast here. And so, it was funny, but we ended up beating them in that first game. It was kind of surprising, but it was a good game.
Pete, good morning. Peter Ferguson. Hastings College is home of Kool-Aid and PJs for those who know. Yes, PJs was buck wild back in the day, Pete. He goes from a Hastings College Bronco, and also Pete, I believe, is a Hall of Famer at Hastings. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, Pete, but I believe you are. Class of, well, none of your business is what Pete said. And Pete, I know what class. Pete's
Class
just
of
a year.
old?
He's just a year older than me.
Okay.
So Pete is 52, but Pete was a stellar athlete there at Hastings, man. You know, when I played against Pete in high school, if Pete would have picked up football sooner, because he played tight end at East, but he's also a heck of a basketball player. But you know, at 6'5", 6'6", Division I, you're a point guard basically. You're not playing center or even forward for the most part in college anymore, at least at a Division I level. Pete, though, tight end wise, if he would have picked up football sooner, Pete would have been and was a threat. First of all, even when he was in high school, because he was just naturally gifted. But man, he was fast, he was quick, agility, and all that good stuff. But yeah, Pete, I remember PJs, man. It was awesome. Disc Golf Jake says, I don't play slow pitch, just won a championship. He's talking about you.
Well, I don't. They asked me, they're like, you want to play on Mondays next year? And I'm like, I don't know if I want to commit to every single week. I mean, that's the thing.
Do you like slow pitch or do you love it?
It was fun being out there. I will say, and the team makes a lot of difference. I mean, the team that I played on was super just like upbeat. I mean, it was like I popped out to like the left field or something. I mean, it's a different swing. It's very bizarre. And so like I popped out, I was mad at myself, and they're like, all right, Nick, it's all right. Keep your head up. Get the next one. I'm like, whoa. What's all this positive reinforcement? I usually go down the self-deprecating route, but it was really fun. It was a lot of fun to be out there.
So explain to me, because my older brother Mark, he had a fish fry at his place Sunday. And shout out to my brother Mark, man. He can cook some fish, man.
Yeah.
So we had a fish fry at his place Sunday, but he used to play for a couple teams back in the day. And a lot of his buddies, Mark is I'm 51. Mark is close to 60, if not, I think he actually is 60. But anyway, a lot of his buddies, grandkids, kids, and golf, they picked up other things. But he mentioned, what is the home run rule?
Well,
for slow pitch?
It varies division by division. The division that we were in, we weren't able to hit any home runs.
So if you hit one, what happens?
It's just an out. You're just out.
See, I think that's stupid.
So, but now,
why not just call it a single?
Now, I will say this. I mean, yeah, but
I don't understand why it penalizes you for hitting a good ball.
Well, because those guys, if they play, 4 or 5 times a week, they can hit home runs basically
just call it command.
On command. I don't know. I think.
Do you like that rule?
It forces you to be better. Like it forces you to.
You have to hit strategically.
Yeah,
at that point.
you got to be real strategic with how you hit the ball. And so like there was one that I had a hit on Sunday that in the championship that it went over the left fielder's head, and it came down. I thought it was gone. I thought I was, and the bases. I think the bases were loaded, or runners were at second and third or something like that. And there was 2 outs or whatever, and I hit one over the left fielder's head, and I thought, oh man, I that's gone. I just ended the inning. I could have just hit a lousy single up the middle or a lousy single down the left field line. Like could have called it good, but I swung for the fences essentially, and it ended up hitting the top of the fence and came down. So I mean, it was close. It was very, very close, but it worked out perfectly because I ended up getting a triple out of it and stuff. And thank the Lord that the bases are shorter and stuff. And so anyway, it's like it forces you to hit the ball on a line and keep it and everybody involved, I guess.
I don't know. Text line, let us know what you feel on that in slow pitch or fast pitch softball. Do you think you got to be penalized for hitting a home run? I think at least call it a single.
There's some divisions where it's like you get 2 per game. There's some tournaments. There's a tournament I played in one in Kansas City one time that or not. I didn't play in it. My buddy played in the one in Kansas City. He was telling us about it. That you get 2 home runs as a team, but then on each team, there's a guy that wears a bracelet, and he can get as many home runs as he wants. So you can choose who wears the bracelet, and he gets
he's the
chance.
designated.
Yeah, he can have as many as he wants.
Wow.
So like you be strategic about it. So there's other things to it. I don't know. I've never been one of those that plays on like 6 or 7 teams. There's guys that I know, and this is just being involved in the baseball and softball world. Like there's guys that I know and girls that will play on a team on Tuesday and play at like 6 p.m. and then switch jerseys and play on a team that plays at 8 p.m. It's completely different. Man. So it's a different world.
It's a different world. It's a very intense and very competitive one at that. IQ Crew, good morning. He goes, carry over from early break. Is Nick going to Canada to see Yoshi play? Sadly, Jake and Sip made a promise. So
No, I am not. It's planned vacation. My buddy Sean has a place up there about an hour and 15 minutes south of Toronto. His family does on the lake, and it's a getaway before football season. It's just gonna be a golf trip with my buddies.
I'm assuming he's talking about IQ crew Yoshi Hardwick, right?
Yeah, playing the CFL.
Big Yoshi, man. I remember I told you that about 4 months ago. I seen him back in the spring in the gym.
Yeah,
down here, and was rapping with little bro for a while. His kids are massive.
He's massive.
He is a massive man.
Yeah.
He actually gave me this little tip on a few little tips just when we were working out some of the different things, to try and hit different sets. But Yoshi's been playing for a long time.
Yeah.
I need to look that up. How long he's been in the league now.
He's been able to. I mean,
he's got a couple great cups, right?
Yeah,
at least one.
By when I say I stretch out the career, I don't mean that he doesn't deserve to be there. He's figured out a way to really expand and get the most out of what he can give.
Yes, because sheesh, man, it seems like Yoshi's been at least a decade. Wouldn't you say?
100%. He's 35 years old.
Oh yeah. Heck yeah.
Let's see. So let me find the
because he's in great shape. His kids the kids are already working out with Big Yoshi. The thing about Yoshi, he was just just always kind, affable, always joking. But when it came time to put in work, that dude would put you on your tail real quick.
Yeah.
Real quick. Just a good dude. But he's been playing. I know he's got one great cup for sure.
Yeah. So he started playing professionally in 2012 with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Wow.
He floated from the Bucs to the New Orleans Saints in 2012. He was just on the off season or practice squad. Then he started 2013, the Utah Blaze. 2014, he went to the BC Lions. 2015, it was Tampa Bay Storm. He then moved to the Saskatchewan Roughriders, played for Winnipeg. And I remember this being a big storyline in the CFL landscape. He goes to the Winnipeg Blue Bombers from 2016 to 2023. And then he announces that he's signing with Saskatchewan again in 2024. And that's where he's at currently. Two-time Grey Cup champion, won it both times for Winnipeg, once in 2019, once in 2021. He's been an all-star 2 times as well in 2021 and 2023. I mean, he's played in 133 games in his career.
He's doing the dang thing.
He's done a really, really good job.
Crazy proud of little bro, man. Yeah. Just a good kid. Great human. Cubsker says, I play 275 fences, so we have a 5-homer limit. So I can understand that, not being that far out. You know what I'm saying? 275. Yeah. And because Nick, you'd crank some out of there pretty quick, wouldn't you?
A little bit.
A little bit.
if you get a hold of him.
Old Dad 34, good morning, brother. He goes, when I played in serious tournaments, we couldn't hit homers, so I understand, Nick. He gets it. It.
I going back to Yoshi, I mean, that's where it's like been interesting to kind of watch just some Nebraska guys. There's been a lot of Nebraska players, and I was thinking about this actually on the way back home from Vegas, because people are going to get mad at me. There's a lot of Big Ten coaches that can boast basically how many guys they put in the league, right? There's a lot of Big Ten coaches that can boast like, hey, this is how many guys we've put in the league the last 5-6 years, right? And Nebraska's been able to do that even under Scott Frost. I mean, Cam Jurgens is a good example. Jack Stoll's a good example. There's been a lot of lower round draft picks, but if you're a program that can claim and rightfully claim, saying, hey, look, the last couple of years we've been able to put guys in the league in the first, second, and third rounds year after year, that's going to pay dividends in the long run, whether that's in the recruiting game or whether that's just in like the transfer portal. If a guy's looking for a new opportunity to maybe sharpen his skills and get ready for the league, if you have that on your record, and that's where like I think we talk a lot about how winning cures all, and it certainly does. But I feel like also another feather in the cap for Nebraska could certainly be just consistently putting guys in the league. Right. And they had the long NFL draft selection streak that was broken a few years ago because nobody was picked in the 7 rounds. And Nebraska, I mean, you look at last year, Ty Robinson is a day 3 guy. I mean, so like there are things moving in the right direction. Nebraska just got to stay consistent with their development, because I think that's a big part in the transfer portal game. If you're an FCS wide receiver that's looking to sharpen the skills and get into a position to where you could get selected on draft day, one of the recruiting pitches, I'm sure, out of the portal for any position is we can take you to that next level to where you're going to be able to hear your name called relatively early.
Absolutely. Drew in Lincoln, he goes, good morning, Drew. He goes, I worked unloading morning shift at UPS with Yoshi. That dude was just a phenomenal human. We'd BS Nebraska football for hours and made the mornings go much quicker. He also had an amazing life story about where he came from. Now Nebraska and Coach Bo changed his life. Drew, that's awesome stuff right there, man. That is great stuff.
Isn't it great? We're hearing a lot of, we're 10 plus years removed from Bo Pelini getting fired and let go from Nebraska. And we're starting to hear more and more about the positive impact that he had on his players.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that it's
post football,
off the football field.
Right.
And sure, it's like some of his former players have larger platforms than others, right? But like there's a lot of those guys that are now 10 plus years out, and they talk about the impact that Bo Pelini had on them and what Bo meant to them as a coach.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really, really fascinating because once again, the narrative from the outside is that it's this guy that was a hothead and didn't care and was just kind of outlandish with everything he did.
Kenny Bill, of course, we all know Kenny Bill, little brother. Keep in touch with Kenny quite a bit, but just the impact that he had on him, what he's doing, obviously with the Jack Foundation, Team Jack Foundation, and those guys staying involved in their community, and it's and the understanding that life is bigger than the game. Mm-hmm. So those are always good things to hear. Like I said, sometimes there's even people I hear people say, well, Coach Osborne seemed like he was just very quiet and laid back. Yeah. But when you're around him a lot, you see he's, he can crack jokes with the best of them, man.
Yeah.
And you see him you see him away from the cameras.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, and for a guy, I would imagine like Coach Osborne, for you guys, it was, he didn't get loud or he didn't yell, but when he did,
you knew he meant business.
It was, you took it seriously.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. It wasn't because when he, like to your point, when he did, you knew he meant it. And it wasn't just yelling for the sake of yelling, but it was for a purpose. Folks, we come back. We got a great show for you today. We've got some news coming up at 9:30. Some of the news at 9:30 is, it's not saying it's horrible news. But one, like I said, it's 10:30. We'll talk about that, because there's a major passing for your Cubs, man.
Yeah, right.
And we'll talk about Ryan Sandberg in a bit. Too young as well. Some other things around college football. At the 10 o'clock hour, Raph will join us. We have some clips yesterday from yesterday's practice, which it seemed like it was very spirited. First day of practice as well, so we'll dig into that. When we come back, we're going to talk about Chicago. And no, Nick is not going to play this song. Don't worry. We'll be back. It's The Drive.
This just in, hot off the bench press. Planet Fitness has expanded strength equipment. Save $28 or more when you join today. We're raising the bar with these benches, and our hack squat will have you actually looking forward to leg day. Plus, we're still repping all the best-in-class equipment we've always had. There's no better time to get stronger. So join Planet Fitness today and save $28 or more. Just $1 down, $15 a month.
Find your nearest club and join today. Deal ends July 31st.
See Home Club for details.
Nebraska football opens their season on Thursday, August 28th in Kansas City, and you can be a part of the best pregame tailgate party with Blur Events, live from Kauffman Stadium, home of the Royals. Doors open 4 hours before kickoff with a live DJ promoting interactive competitions and giveaways. Tailgate games like cornhole, flip cup, and beer pong, access to ballpark concessions, and available air conditioning. Book your tickets today at blurevents.com/Kansas City and hang with 93.7 The Ticket on the scene prior to Nebraska versus Cincinnati on August 28th.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Bagels & Joe is the best place to start off your mornings, and you can order your breakfast ahead of time on their app. You can't go wrong with one of their great bagel sandwiches or breakfast burritos. Stop by any of their 4 locations in Lincoln and their location in Seward. Bagels & Joe.
Since 1983, Fast Mike's Roll-Offs has been a trusted and reliable company in Lincoln and the surrounding areas. Fast Mike's handles all sides of construction projects, home renovations, or big cleanouts. With the perfect size dumpster to fit your needs, Fast Mike's Roll-Offs will haul it all. With same-day delivery in Lincoln, affordable rates, and top-notch service, Fast Mike's Roll-Offs make cleanup quick and easy. Call now at 402-450-6828 or visit us online at fastmikesrolloffs.com. Book your dumpster today. Fast Mike's Roll-Offs, cleanup made simple.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
The Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see lots of sunshine with light winds. It'll be hot with an afternoon high around 100. Tonight, showers and thunderstorms likely, low around 69. And tomorrow, a chance of showers and storms. Otherwise, mainly cloudy, breezy, and cool with the high around 82. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fletcher for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
93.7 The Ticket is your home for every Kansas City Royals baseball game. Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino, and the rest of the Royals attempt to make the postseason for the second season in a row. And you can hear all the action on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Your home for Kansas City Royals baseball.
A1 Automotive's second location is now open at 5110 State Hill Drive, just off of Yankee Hill Road. The new location continues to specialize in all makes and models and provides personalized service as they have for 15 years. To honor the new store opening, A1 is offering $25 off any service over $300, $50 off services over $500, and $75 off services that total over $750, all through July 31st. Schedule your appointment today at a1autolincoln.com and visit their new location in South Lincoln at 5110 State Hill Drive.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top-quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
Now back to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainert. Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are back on this terrific Tuesday, ladies and gents. If you are outside, man, gas up on the water. Get some water, get some water, get some water, get some water, because it is brutal out there. Today, I think we get a break from it tomorrow.
Yeah, I saw
much
that.
cooler temperatures, man.
This entire week is a little cooler.
Yeah, and we're going to need it. Now, I'm going to say this though, Nick. I prefer this over winter anytime. I know everybody's different.
Absolutely, I agree.
Yeah, I'm not with the cold, man. I'm just not with it. But you look at the rest of this week, I mean, the 35% chance, there's actually a 35% chance of rain today, but the high is still 96 today.
Yeah.
And it's going to feel like well over 100. Tomorrow, high is 81. Thursday, 78. Friday, 77. Next week, 80s for the most part. I can roll with that, though.
Oh, yeah.
I can roll with that. Who else I can roll with is Jack Russell, folks, of Farm Bureau Financial Services. He's been a well-respected representative since 1999. Can help protect your home, your vehicle, your family, or even your future. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100 or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or in Seward and learn how Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services can help you. Nick, do you think I could hit a home run in slow pitch?
Absolutely.
I highly
It's
doubt
all
I
about
could.
the angles.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Maybe.
Baseball is that hand-eye coordination, man. Either you got it or you don't. I'm not saying you can't develop and get better at it.
Yeah.
But I'm an outfield guy, man. I wouldn't be very good in the plate.
There's a reason. Yeah, I mean, there's a reason I don't play outfield.
It's kind of like that's why safeties play safety.
Yeah, yeah.
And corners play corner.
It's like he wanted to move to wide receiver in practice this week, but the coach told him he can't catch, so he's got to be a defensive back. No, I'm kidding.
Stone hands.
Yeah. Got concrete thumbs.
Now I'm gonna tell you this though. I can't think of a guy that I played against in Nebraska that was a corner that couldn't have been a receiver. I'm trying to think. Baron Miles was one that could play any position. Kenny Wilhite, big bro, could play any position because he played actually quarterback. If you see some of Kenny's highlights in quarterback,
is that right?
Man, it was like Mighty Mouse running around out there. You just seen this little dude just. Yeah, Kenny could play any position. He could play Kenny would have been a deadly wing back because he was so fast, so quick, and strong. Tyrone Williams could have played receiver. There's a lot of those guys, but sometimes if you can't. Now, I love my big boy Troy Dumas. He played strong safety. He wouldn't play no tight end.
I almost wonder now if younger athletes are trying to specialize in a specific position earlier in their career.
Do you think the system, the way it is right now, is the most calling for them to do that in some ways?
I don't know, because I feel like there's a lot of people out there that are still trying to encourage like multi-sport athletes. So I have a tough time saying yes to that answer or to that question. I think there's a lot of guys, whether it's parents or the athlete themselves, that sit there and say, I want to be a quarterback, or I want to be a wide receiver, or I want to be a DB. And they want to be a skill position essentially. And so that's what they try to specialize in from a young age, where what you just kind of alluded to and talked about is guys that were the position flexibility is, I think is something that's why we freak out when we see guys like Travis Hunter, or we see Coy Parrish from Minnesota, who's going to play both the offensive and defensive side of the ball this year for the Gophers. Like, I think that's why we kind of make note of it, because when you're able to do it at a high level, at the level that these guys are able to do it at, it is pretty special. It's one thing to be able to do it in 6th grade flag football, but once the talent gets better. So I think the position flexibility has maybe gotten worse, but the talent, because guys are specializing in certain areas at a younger age, maybe has gotten better, if that makes sense.
I agree. And I think it comes down to a good coaching and development at an early age.
Oh, absolutely.
To see something. Because I remember my first year, I told you, my first year of organized football, I was in 9th grade. I couldn't play on Sunday. So freshman year, and I was going out for quarterback because I liked Jamel Holloway and I liked McCaffrey and Clayton. And I had no arm, I had no arm whatsoever. And Sam Sharp, Coach Sharp, and Coach Russ Hitz at Lincoln High said, "Son, we're going to put you at wide receiver and corner."
Yeah, well, and that's part of it. Like,
I loved it.
I think part of it is the ability to identify what somebody's strength is as a player. If you're in that
and
coaching
their weaknesses.
position.
Mine sure as heck wasn't throwing the football.
It's that whole thing of like, all right, you go try something new, find out what you like, but also more importantly, find out what you hate, find out what you don't like or what you're not good at. So in this case, for coaches, it's figure out what AD could be best at. Or what he could be horrible at. And so I think that's like step one and part one. But then on the other side is the athlete has to embrace it and has to be like fully embrace the change,
right,
or the opportunity of saying, yeah, even if I want to play quarterback, I need to trust in the coaching staff that this is the best move for me, right?
Best. This does have nothing to do with the topic, but you mentioned AD. And this last weekend, there was a teammates golf event that we used to go to, and Dilk Ostergaard, he goes, "Hey, D, you're gonna miss it, man." He goes, "Turner's gonna be here." So Turner Gill was golfing in Gothenburg. Turner, as you know, he was the one that named me AD.
I do know that.
And so I was disappointed. That was when I was out in Colorado, obviously, so I wasn't able to be out there.
You were close.
I was close, but yeah, it would have been cool to see Coach Gill. I think last my time, it was probably about a year ago. Was texting back and forth to Turner. Coach Gill, that is, but it would have been cool to hang out on the golf course. Quite a few guys were out there.
I would love to just pick his brain a little bit, especially on the coaching side of things.
One of the nicest humans you'll ever meet.
Well, that, and I just like, I feel like Kansas, like they did a lot of coaches, just set up for failure. I mean, it's just, and that's where it does make me excited for a guy like Lance Leipold, though.
Yeah,
is because Kansas is not only investing into their basketball program.
He's got a great AD behind him.
You see the football facility. And that was such a big piece of, I mean, this is maybe a segue into our volleyball days coverage.
Absolutely.
Of where I think it's such a big topic with every single coach that took the podium there was always one reporter that asked about house settlement. And then there was always one reporter about who asked, hey, how does this affect it? Because it was really, really interesting from my viewpoint of going from from football media days to where this is the main moneymaker for all these programs. Football is the main driver for, everybody in the Big Ten except for maybe Purdue and maybe a couple of other spots. But now you go to volleyball where Nebraska's in a very, very good spot, obviously, and they make money. They're profitable, but a lot of these other volleyball programs are not. So to get the viewpoint from some of these coaches ahead of their programs that are not anywhere close to like where Nebraska is money wise. Rutgers just talked. I mean, the conversation around Rutgers yesterday in Chicago was, last year was the first year that they sold tickets. I mean, so like
that's crazy. It's kind of like SMU a few years ago when they beat Nebraska. Was that 2 years ago or last year?
That's last year.
Last year.
Yeah. So like it was really it's such a stark contrast in the conversations that were being had in Vegas with the football programs in comparison to what was being talked and how these coaches view it when we asked them yesterday in Chicago for volleyball.
Nick, you got into Chicago. I was texting you. Where was it held at, and what did you think of the facility?
So it was held at Big Ten Network Studios. However,
which is where in
Chicago?
Chicago.
It was in downtown Chicago, essentially. It wasn't suburb, but I mean it's kind of cool. You walk in and there's restaurants on the lower level, and it's it's very secure. Very nice building, but it was all basically on the first floor. So the Big Ten Network studios are on the second floor, and everything, the press conference room and the place where you could have one-on-ones with these guys or with the coaches or players was also on the first floor. And so that's where we were basically confined to as media. And so you just walk in this conference room and that's kind of where everything was held. And you just park yourself there and you can talk and grab the microphone. There was about, 40, 45, 50 people there, national reporters, regional reporters. I will say this, Nebraska traveled more reporters and media folks to media days yesterday than any other school there. I mean, there was probably, there was 4 of us there, which was the most out of any school. I know like Wisconsin talks today, but you had Penn State who just won the national championship last year, and there was not a single specific Penn State, specific reporter there.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
So no one there for Penn State. Nick, okay. So
but they just won the national title last year.
See, seeing something like that, does it reinforce? Now, obviously, we know this and we're biased because we're here and we're around it all the time. But in situations like that, when you're away from Nebraska, but yet you see the impact in the following, the commitment, having that many media there, does it kind of reinforce how special this place really is when it comes to volleyball?
It reinforces and reminds me the investment that we have. It was really fascinating because I asked Northwestern, I asked their head coach yesterday on the main podium. And I don't know if the press conferences were just over Zoom. I don't know if they aired them on Big Ten Network. I'm not sure. But I asked the Northwestern head coach, I said, because he talked about trying to build everybody's favorite buzzword, culture, right? Trying to build that at a place like Northwestern with the house settlement, with NIL, with, trying to recruit to the academic standing that is Northwestern, in year 2 of a coach. And then not to mention, they have 8 new additions. They have 5 transfers and 3 freshmen on their team. And I asked him the question of like, how do you build this? Like what is the North Star? What direction do you need to go to build this in a positive direction? Because you're not going to win a national championship in volleyball at Northwestern. Like the investment's just not there from the outside. And his answer, he repeated it multiple times, and he went on for about 2 minutes and said it. And he just specifically was like, we have to invest in the student athletes. And he said, everybody thinks that's money, but it's not. And I thought it was really, really interesting because that's one of the angles that I'm most fascinated about across multiple sports, whether it's volleyball, whether it's baseball, whether it's basketball, at these football centric schools, is how do you stay competitive when you don't have the NIL funding, when you don't get a large enough share of the house, the revenue share,
about 5% in it.
Yeah, it's like how do you stay competitive with the big dogs? And like Northwestern's one of those schools. Rutgers is another one. Like in the Big Ten, Purdue, Indiana at times with some other sports. How do those teams stay competitive, hold themselves to a standard, when it's just an unlevel playing field.
Well, you think too, Nick, about some of those schools on the East Coast and West Coast have sports we don't have here.
Exactly.
And you got field hockey, of course, in your East Coast schools, and on your West Coast schools, you got men's volleyball and things of that nature. So
you're right.
It's going to be very interesting how they allocate those funds from the settlement. But to your point, right, wrong, or indifferent, and keeping Title IX obviously in the back of our minds.
I was going to say there's that part as well.
Yeah, I don't envy Nick, and you read off a slew of responsibilities for a GM.
Yeah,
I don't envy GMs at any school.
No, absolutely not. And we're seeing. I mean, it's important for these coaching staffs. There's a couple of volleyball staffs yesterday that were talking about the GMs that they have in place. I mean, we're talking about it's not just football and men's basketball that need these general managers to kind of just make sure that everybody's following the rules.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was very telling because the Purdue volleyball head coach, he was the most forthcoming out of the 9 teams that spoke yesterday. He was the most forthcoming with like, look, it is not the wild, wild west, because that's a cliche phrase.
Challenges, probably.
Yeah, challenge. He said it. He goes, we lost players to graduation. It was tough for us to find players to come in and bring to fill those voids.
Mm-hmm.
He acknowledged that, the expectations from the outside are lower ahead of this season than they usually are for Purdue volleyball, but internally we can't read that noise. Like it was very, very telling for some of those programs. Like I said, the Purdues, the Indianas, the Northwesterns, and the Rutgers of the teams that spoke yesterday, because like Minnesota's in a good spot. Penn State obviously just coming off a national championship. Nebraska's in a good spot as well. Illinois is in a good spot. They're a top 25 caliber type of program. Like those are teams that will have success. It's those ones that, there's Northwestern finished 5-29 last year. So it's just like, how do you keep your players engaged and still make it a competitive process and a competitive program, knowing that, we are behind the 8 ball just because of lack of investment.
Nick, yesterday, the Big Ten was very strategic, in my opinion. I don't think this was an accident that they had Nebraska last.
It was the press conference that took the longest. I mean, it was lengthy.
Do you think that was planned? Even though Penn State won it, Nebraska, let's be honest, Nebraska's kind of that, and I'm not saying this because we're here, we just know it. They're kind of that crown jewel.
Absolutely.
If you would. So you think it was strategic they had them last?
I think that it's certainly a thought process. I mean, it keeps folks engaged the entire day. I mean, Nebraska fans, I'm sure, were the casual volleyball fans were kind of tuning in the entire day. Also, I think there's something to be said about they knew that fall football started yesterday. I mean, so if the Big Ten, this is the one thing that I would change is I would figure out a way to get it before before fall football started. Now it's tough because Big Ten media days for football, you don't want to cross over into that, but you have to figure out a way to give the volleyball school, sport their own spotlight, their own stage. It's going to be tough because the calendar just sometimes doesn't allow it. But, allowing Nebraska to go at 3:30 Central Time. And I know there was some miscommunication with the times and stuff like that, but it was 3:30 Central Time the entire time. Allowing that, it kind of allowed for, all the football stuff with Nebraska football to kind of subside for a moment. Matt Rule had already talked. All the football practice videos had already come out and been posted on social media and stuff. All right, now we can focus on volleyball. And it worked out well also because I think they knew that after Nebraska talked, there'd be a lot of people that wanted one-on-ones. Shout out to Nate Poland, the SID for Husker Volleyball. He allowed us to have one-on-one conversations with players, with coaches. Those videos will be posted. I posted the one with Rebecca Alec yesterday. I was able to sit down with Harper Murray, with Coach Danny Busboom Kelly yesterday. I mean, it was a good time. So those will be posted throughout the next couple of days and stuff. But it's been there's a lot of excitement ahead of the season because Nebraska's got tests. And that's one of the questions that I asked DBK at the podium was I said, okay, now you get this event, the first serve event in Lincoln. You get it at PBA.
Right.
And she mentioned in her opening statement that there's a lot of decisions that she needs to make roster-wise and playing time-wise. And so I asked her, I was like, okay, with this first serve event playing against the caliber of teams that you're going to play against in Pittsburgh and Stanford, how much do you learn about your team in those first 2 matches? And I think it was a really, really good event. I will say this about with Big Ten Media.
I'm going to ask you a question when we come back because it's somewhat history, but it still pertains to volleyball. So we do get history coming up. 10 o'clock, we got all the breakdown from yesterday's sound bites. Nebraska's first practice. It is camping time. We'll talk when we come back, folks. It's The Drive, 93.7 Ticket.
Bagels and Joe is the best place to start off your mornings, and you can order your breakfast ahead of time on their app. You can't go wrong with one of their great bagel sandwiches or breakfast burritos. Stop by any of their 4 locations in Lincoln and their location in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Saturday. Eagle Raceway is open for a full season of dirt track racing action every Saturday night. Don't miss the epic battles on the high banks of Eagle Raceway each Saturday between the Nebraska Septic Sprint Cars, Nebraska Lottery Modifieds, Avid Realty Sport Mods, Valentino's Hobby Stocks, and A1 Iron Stock Cars. Let's go racing. Eagle Raceway, just 10 miles east of Lincoln on O Street. Check out the full schedule at eagleraceway.com.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at DoorsPlusLLC.com. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
At Schwezo Construction, safety isn't just a policy, it's a promise. Build with us. Work safe, go home proud. We're hiring skilled craftsmen, laborers, concrete workers, and steel erectors who value quality work and a team that has your back, on and off the job site. If you're ready to be part of a company where your safety and success come first, visit Schwezo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com and apply today. Schwezo Construction, 40 years strong and still building the future.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. This month kicks off Koppel's 50th anniversary sale. We're celebrating 50 years by offering an additional $500 discount to the next 100 customers that buy a new vehicle. This is in addition to the huge savings already in place. You can take an extra $500 off our discounted price, or we can cut you a check on the spot. Celebrate with savings and see why customers have trusted Koppel since 1975. It's our way of saying thank you for all these years.
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
MHC isn't a new company, just a new name. Moe's Moving is now Moe's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can handle your commercial moves as well. MHC Moving has 0 hidden fees. You'll never pay for same-day booking or be charged for stairs, heavy items, or elevator fees. Rates are the same Monday through Saturday, and you will never pay a truck or fuel surcharge. And they offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com.
93.7 The Ticket is your home for every Kansas City Royals baseball game. Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino, and the rest of the Royals attempt to make the postseason for the second season in a row. And you can hear all the action on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Your home for Kansas City Royals baseball. Now back to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainer, sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, we are back. This beautiful Tuesday morning. It is definitely starting to get heavy outside there. It's getting heavy, Nick. Yeah, man. It's getting heavy. Got so heavy, man. In fact, I lost some more hair, bro. Lost some more hair. Nick, is your hair growing back yet?
I don't know. I think it's thickening up.
You interjected. I don't know. I think it's thickening up.
I think it's thickening up. The products that were recommended to me, I've been using them. It feels like it's getting a little fuller. I just don't know if it's getting fuller in the right spots. I'll find out. I have a haircut this Friday, so I'll ask my barber. I'll ask Mike.
See what happens.
I'll say, Mike,
thicker.
do you notice the difference? I've been using stuff for about 20 days, 25 days. What do you notice the difference? If he says no, then it's over. I'm shaving.
Shaving it off.
I'm shaving it off. I'm kidding. I'm not shaving it off. But I'll just wear
okay
hats.
to be
I'll
bald,
just
brother.
bald
The
is
hats-
great.
When I hear the hats, and maybe this is just myth or old fable, that wearing hats a lot makes your hairline decrease
Recede.
more, recede
Yeah,
more,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So maybe you got to lose the hat.
Which that's the problem. I mean, now, granted, I don't have a horrible one. I don't have a horrible recede.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the deal: is growing up playing baseball, you wear hats 5 days out of the week, so for games. So it is what it is. But
Troy kind of creeped me out a little bit on Saturday morning.
Oh, no.
He says, "Hey, do you ever grow hair in your legs?" I'm like, "Why are you looking at my legs, bro?"
Hey, that's wild that he said that, because I thought that too. I thought, man, there's that vein's kind of gnarly right there.
So you're looking at my legs too.
Well, we're not talking about this. What do you got for history today? We got to be
kind of creepy. I'm gonna change my partners up. Golfing, man.
Yeah. You're gonna have to ride with Jay now. From now on. Yeah.
Here's the history question I do have for you, though, man. And it goes back to Big Ten volleyball days. And obviously, this moment is history, but yet it shows you how history can also haunt you at times. I'm going to say haunt you, not haunt you at times. Because I thought this was interesting. I was reading this article last night. This is senior middle blocker Rebecca Alec, who you were talking about. She gave one of the most emotional answers of the day when she said, the Final Four loss to Penn State still haunts her. She goes, it burns. She said, this isn't just volleyball. This is her life's dream. What do you think about that statement?
Here's the deal.
Something's this is not this is something cooking. I don't know
You're
what it
right.
means.
You're right.
But it's haunting.
The expectations are high for Nebraska this year. They're picked to finish number one in the conference this year, which obviously it means that when you're talking about finishing at the top of the best volleyball conference in the country, there's lofty expectations for you. Nebraska was up 2-0 against Penn State. People forget that last year. They were up 2-0. And it was funny to see kind of the contrast of answers, because Penn State, when they were on the podium yesterday, talked about how they had to have belief in themselves when they were down 2-0 to Nebraska. And then Nebraska obviously needs to learn how to close it out a little bit more. It's a good thing that it haunts you. I think that shows you care. Nebraska's going to be okay this year, though. I think there's they'll have a gauntlet right out of the gate with that AVCA first serve event. But if they get through that and they continue to learn about their team, I mean, there should be a lot of excitement about Coach Danny Busboom Kelly, because the way that her players, the way that Nebraska talked about her, I thought was really telling also, AD, to where there's obviously going to be a lot of questions, and there were yesterday, about John Cook and the legacy that he left. And I mean, here's the thing. He's still around. He's still alive. Like, that we talk about John Cook, that he's like something dramatic happened, but you move on from a legendary coach in Coach Cook. And I think this team is ready to get the offseason questions of like, how do you still honor Coach Cook while implementing your new, there was an answer yesterday, Danny Busboom Kelly, and I think Rebecca Alec told me one-on-one yesterday. She was like, yeah, like, we need to honor John Cook, but this is Danny Busboom Kelly's
That's
team.
right.
Like, we need to talk about this as like, move on from that. We can still honor the GOAT. We can still honor the legend, but we need to focus on.
It's a new page.
Yeah, we turn the page. Let's acknowledge that we're turning the page.
Well, folks, we all know that Nebraska volleyball, it's an identity. It's basically just it's the front porch to the state, just a different sport, obviously, other than football. But you got fans all the way from a Cook to Scottsbluff to Sioux Falls to Pawnee City. It is who we are, and so it's going to be interesting to see them play this year under the new regime of DBK. And so that's going to be coming up soon as well. So we're excited for that. A lot of great things. We are just T-minus 30 days from kickoff, I believe.
That's right.
So we'll discuss some football when we come back. Ralph will join us as well. We'll get sound bites from yesterday's first practice. It's The Drive.
Saturday. Eagle Raceway is open for a full season of dirt track racing action every Saturday night. Don't miss the epic battles on the high banks of Eagle Raceway each Saturday between the Nebraska Septic Sprint Cars, Nebraska Lottery Modifieds, Avid Realty Sport Mods, Valentino's Hobby Stocks, and A1 Iron Stock Cars. Let's go racing. Eagle Raceway, just 10 miles east of Lincoln on O Street. Check out the full schedule at eagleraceway.com.
This just in, hot off the bench press. Planet Fitness has expanded strength equipment. Save $28 or more when you join today. We're raising the bar with these benches, and our hack squat will have you actually looking forward to leg day. Plus, we're still repping all the best-in-class equipment we've always had. There's no better time to get stronger. So join Planet Fitness today and save $28 or more. Just $1 down, $15 a month.
Find your nearest club and join today. Deal ends July 31st.
See Home Club for details.
At Schwezo Construction, safety isn't just a policy, it's a promise. Build with us. Work safe, go home proud. We're hiring skilled craftsmen, laborers, concrete workers, and steel erectors who value quality work and a team that has your back, on and off the job site. If you're ready to be part of a company where your safety and success come first, visit Schwezo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com and apply today. Schwezo Construction, 40 years strong and still building the future.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Looking to upgrade your equipment and keep cash in your pocket? Through July at Landmark Implement, get up to a 24-month waiver on select John Deere tractors and combines, or lock in 1.9% fixed rate for 36 months, followed by 5.8 fixed for another 36 months. When planning for this year's harvest, we've got a solution that works for your bottom line. Visit your Landmark Implement today and check us out at landmarkimp.com and experience the Landmark difference.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Welcome to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainert.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history. We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, we are back on this terrific Tuesday.
And you know what? It's almost time to kick off.
Is that right?
Dude, I'm going to tell you something, man.
It's getting real close.
It is. I'm getting really excited, man. I'm getting really excited. Rafferty from Seattle, southeast, actually.
How you doing this morning, brother?
Pretty good. I always laugh how our brains are so in tuned, because I was just looking at the dates. I was like, we are 30 days away from kickoff. I mean, that is crazy.
Oh my goodness. Ref, okay, just from football in general, because you figure we're actually only 2 days away from the first football we see with the Hall of Fame game that'll be played on Thursday night. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being just like, I'm out of control, how excited are you for football to start?
Oh, 9.925, I believe.
Nick, what about you, man?
So I wasn't that, I mean, I was excited, but I wasn't that juiced up until media days last week. Like being in that area and talking, I mean, frankly, talking for 20, 21 hours on the radio, 25 hours on the radio with Austin, J, and DP, like talking about, all right, let's go through schedules. Let's go through depth charts. Let's look at guys that can make a difference, guys that need to do some more work, talking to Coach Rule and Dylan and those guys. Like that is what then propelled me to get like, okay, here we go. We're fired up. There's something also to be said about, so for us media folks, like we get the emails about, hey, request credentials, like get all the forms filled out and stuff. And so last Friday, like I sent in the credentials for my, like to go to the game in Kansas City and stuff. And so like, that is when you really start to feel it, because you know it's right around the corner.
I can feel it coming in the air tonight.
All right, Phil.
Huskers.
There you go.
It's going to be on. Unknown texter 1562.
Tech Nine song. It's a Husker. It just has dual meaning because it's going to be played at Arrowhead, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure. Unknown texter 1562. I want to put this out there because this is great for me to mention this. Just a friendly PSA. It's quota day for the carrier enforcement boys on I-80. Folks, watch your speed out there.
Okay, so going back to the game in Kansas City, I want to get your guys' thoughts. How much do you think it's so we know it's a technically by definition a Cincinnati home game. How much do you think that the in-house PA, the in-house audio folks are going to play to the Cincinnati home game? Like, because by rule, you're not have to be favored to Cincinnati, but this is a technically a Cincinnati home game. But there's going to be an overwhelming amount of Husker fans there. It'll be interesting to watch just how much they cater to Cincinnati fans versus Nebraska fans when you talk about fight songs and when you talk about the in-game entertainment and just other things about how the PA acts and stuff, and like that'll be something to watch because it's going to be a pseudo Nebraska home game, but by definition it's a home game for the Bearcats.
Go ahead, Rafferty.
It'll be funny probably the day after the game. If Nebraska wins, there won't be anything said about it. But if Nebraska happens to lose, you're gonna have everybody going, why was Arrowhead so not kind to Nebraska? Why did they only play Cincinnati songs? Why? And not realizing that it's technically a home game for Cincinnati.
AD, I guess we could say this, you know what? Go win. And it shouldn't matter.
Hey.
I mean, from the player standpoint, I mean, let's be realistic here. From the player standpoint, it should not matter where you're at. It shouldn't matter anything. I meant more so for the fans that are going to be making the trip down to Arrowhead from wherever. So
no Red Kingdom.
I mean, you can play it, but if here's the thing, if Nebraska, and I don't think they're at this point, so that's why I'm okay saying this. If Nebraska were so fragile to where they need Red Kingdom to be played, or they need Come a Running Boys to be played, if they are so fragile and temperamental that decides whether or not they win or lose, there are so many other problems that Nebraska needs to address.
I cannot agree with you more. You know what? To me, this is going to be, when I say major tests, I'm talking about from a psychological aspect of this.
Yeah.
You're going to be on a foreign field. You're going to be playing with guys you never played with before. It's going to be a different atmosphere. I don't care if you're playing Barney. I don't care if you're playing Sesame Street. I don't care if you're playing The Price is Right. When you're dialed in, all that stuff is just white noise.
Well, and you're
not even paying attention to that. So to me,
that's so cool.
I think we are going to find a lot about, not necessarily because of the opponent. Now, I'm not slouching on Cincinnati by any stretch of the imagination. But if you look it up, far as just strength of roster, strength of talent, etc., Nebraska should take care of business, and I think they do. However, I'm more curious to see how Nebraska does psychologically in an environment that's not their own, how you block out all the noise, Red Kingdom, Blue Kingdom, Orange Kingdom. I don't care what kingdom you make it is. Just beat that tail on the field Thursday night. So that's going to be the test for me psychologically.
Raph, AD's word choice there kind of caught me off guard in a positive way. Because I asked, because essentially we're talking expectations for Husker football right now. Like how do you go out and do your job? I asked Rebecca Alec yesterday, one-on-one, I said, you have all these lofty expectations, and whether it's individual or whether it's as a team, how do you stay grounded? How do you guys as leaders, as the veteran, how do you lead your team? And she said, you have to realize that it's all noise. And when you said that about Husker football, look, I'm getting goosebumps. When you said that about Husker football, Raph, I sat there and I was like, that's been the biggest difference. Is like the ability for some of Nebraska's programs versus the inability to stay grounded and block out the noise has been such a stark contrast, in the last decade or so, Raffy.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with that. I just felt like the teams had just a tough time of blocking out the noise just when it came to certain games. Like when you play so-and-so, oh my goodness, we're playing. Oh, and it's almost like they had psyched themselves out before the game had even started. So I'm hopefully they can get back to where, every game is a game, block the noise out. It's two teams, 11 versus 11, so hopefully they can get back to kind of like anytime, anywhere type feeling instead of, oh no, we're playing so-and-so.
I think you're right. I mean, look at the Colorado game last year is something that Husker fans can take a little bit of pride in, I suppose, because that's a game, like you said, Raph, they psyched themselves up for. There was a lot of outside noise, and they took care of business, right? So, like, hopefully that's an indication of where this thing could go. Guys, I mean, as we get closer, we're going to mention it more and more. One of the biggest things that Austin and I talked about last week was that, look, Nebraska on August 28th against Cincinnati is the only Power 4 versus Power 4 matchup on the schedule in the country. There's a lot of other games going on. There's a lot of other games that feature Big Ten teams going on. Minnesota plays, Rutgers plays, Wisconsin plays. Nebraska is the only team that plays another Power 4 opponent. So look at this as an opportunity to show the world you're going to be on ESPN. Nebraska, because of the conference they're in, because of the opponents that they play, they don't get to play on ESPN. They don't get to play on the 4-letter network very often. Show the world, show the country what type of football team you are at Nebraska, right? It's going to be cool cinema because you're going to be playing in Arrowhead. You're going to have this neutral site game, and it's going to be against a Big 12 opponent in Cincinnati. But you should be able to take care of business and do it in a fashion to where, you know what? It shows the entire country that, hey, look, Nebraska is actually a respectable team this year.
Nick, you're spot on. Raph and Nick, both before we hop in these sound clips, there's going to be a lot of side stories and narratives.
Oh, absolutely.
As well, in the words of Tupac, all eyes on me. That all eyes are going to be on Nebraska because you're on that four-letter network. And then you add in the comparisons that, not a comparison, but just the, I would say this respect that Raiola has for Mahomes. Will Mahomes and some of those guys be there on the sideline?
Yeah.
You know, you figure some of KC's, the Chiefs, one of their assistant coaches, their son is on Nebraska's team. I mean, so all those side stories will be there.
You have,
What's the linebacker's name?
Coach Braden is
Coach
obviously formerly of the
TC.
Chiefs.
That's going to be a home game for him. I mean, he's been there for so many years. So
Guys, you're forgetting the biggest thing.
Travis Kelce will be there.
Is Taylor Swift going to be there? That's the biggest question I have.
That is the biggest question. Somebody will have to check out her tour schedule. No, I mean, like guys,
there's a lot of stories, man.
The game I go back to think about, Raph, and different regimes, so we can't hold this coaching staff accountable for it. I get it. But from a program conversation point, the game I go back that had similar implications and conversations around it was Illinois in 2021. Nebraska opened up the 2021 season against Illinois on the road, and Nebraska, that was the game where I believe it was Cam Taylor-Britt like caught the ball at the 3-yard line. It bounced through the end zone. And there was the safety. Like there was that was the game that Adrian Martinez fumbled right before halftime. Like that was one game that I look back on. Nebraska played week 0. You could go back to year 1 of Matt Rule, where Jeff Sims and they took on Minnesota in week 0
You can go
on
to
the
Ireland.
road. Yeah, Ireland. I mean, there's been opportunity after opportunity for Nebraska to showcase when there's not every single other college football team playing.
You're the main show.
You are the main show. You are the biggest product. You are the biggest brand playing. There's been chances, and year after year, you've just kind of fallen apart. Whether it was Illinois in 21, or whether it was Ireland in 22, or whether it was Minnesota in 2023. Like there's been chances. Now you just gotta, this year, here you go again. We're handing it to you on a silver platter. Are you ready to take it? Are you ready to take it, Nebraska?
Well, before we go to highlights, Rubber Duck from LinkedIn says, you know what? The Illinois opener game was on my bachelor party, and we watched till halftime and left for the pools in the Ozarks. I don't blame you, buddy. Barney says, I would go to the game if they play Barney.
Barney's sitting there going, I would love to go.
I love me. I love me some meat.
Yeah.
What's the first clip, bro?
Let's talk about the tight end room, because there's been a lot made about the tight end room over the last couple of days. We saw some videos from practice yesterday. That tight end room, we know a couple of the bodies just took. My hand's spazzing.
What's going on over there?
I couldn't. My finger was stuck.
I was like, you good, dog?
I can't move it. Anyway,
use the force, Nick.
Yeah, this is. That's great. I had my hand up here pointing at the camera, and all of a sudden I couldn't move my fingers. That's old age. But anyway, we know the names, right? Mac Markway coming off of a knee injury. He transferred from LSU. Remember, last year he kind of just like randomly showed up. We didn't expect him to be here.
It was like he pulled up like, you guys play ball here? Anybody balling?
Yeah. Do you guys need a tight end? I can't play this year because I got a knee injury, but do you guys need a tight end?
Hey, Rav, who got next?
Yeah. It was like NBA 2K. It's like you just step up to the court and be like, all right, I got winner. But no, so we know Mac Markway's in that room. We know Luke Lindenmeyer is a part of that room. And then obviously the transition of Heinrich Harburg from quarterback to tight end. Here's just Mac on Mac Markway a little bit.
Well, he's a big, explosive, powerful man. Most importantly, I mean, he can move the line of scrimmage. He's got great hands. He can get open. I mean, he's running over 21 miles an hour. At 200, whatever he is, 260 pounds, 250. I don't know if they list him at, but he's a big man. So I think he's another guy coming off a knee injury, a second knee injury, and so we're always trying to be careful of those guys early on. But at the end of practice, he walked up to me. He's like, "Hey, 365 days." I mean, I know how grateful he was to be out there after everything that we went through last year. So, but he's got a ton of talent and brings a lot.
Raph, what's your thoughts on that, man?
I like it. I think like we were talking about, like he's going to be that surprise guy that he came in. He had all the notoriety coming out of high school. I mean, one of the top tight ends in the country, and to add him, going over 21 miles an hour, that's great. I like the way the tight end room is setting up. The one thing that really has kind of caught me a little bit by surprise is just how natural Heinrich Harburg is catching the football.
Yeah. I wonder they're going to be able to find time for all of these guys. I wonder the more and more I get away from Vegas and the media days and just kind of analyzing things that we heard without putting too much weight into it because it was, obviously over a month before the season starts and things can change, but also putting a little weight into it, putting a little stock into it because it's what's being said. I think Nebraska's going to sling the rock quite a bit. And with that, I think, Nebraska will have to utilize tight ends. You know what Luke Lindenmeyer can give you. I think Mac Markway is going to be a very, very important piece of this offense. Like I would put him at like if tight end, if we're having the conversation of tight end 1, I think it's very split depending on the package and depending what the play call is. It's split between Lindenmeyer and Mac Markway is kind of what my impression is of it. And then it's like you have this hybrid guy of Carter Nelson, and we that's 3 bodies then before we even get to Heinrich Haarberg. I just wonder if at the end of the season we're going to be sitting there saying, yeah, you know what, because of the play of 2 other guys, this one guy got kind of iced out, and I don't know who that's going to be. It'll be very, very, something to watch to where Nebraska has bodies in that tight end room. Nebraska has guys that do different things pretty well. Mac Markway does his one thing well. Luke Lindenmeyer definitely blocks better than maybe the other couple. And Carter Nelson's kind of transformed his body after undergoing double hip surgery. And so it's one of those things of, who gets iced out in that combination.
Or all 3 contribute. Go ahead, Rafi.
Well, I think too that, like, I've been talking about this, gosh, gone on 2 years now, maybe. I really see that, not Carter Nelson, Heinrich Haarberg. I see him being that Tyson Merle type package type person to where they can use him in different packages and different. He's got the talent set, so I would use it. That's just another threat that can add to the Nebraska offense.
I don't know, guys. I wonder. Like, so obviously you mentioned Taysom Hill. I don't know if that's putting too much pressure on it. Like Nebraska's offense in the last couple of years, they struggled to do the simple things well. They've struggled to just make the routine plays and to get into a rhythm. Like now, granted, everybody's expecting this like complete offensive improvement and overhaul and drastic change into Dana Holgorsen and sure, right? Like the signs of last year when Dana took over from Marcus Satterfield would indicate that things will be better. Now, this is not me trying to pour hot water onto this thing, but like, what does that look like? What does the offense look like this year? I just simple is great. Getting guys into rhythm is great. And I think that Nebraska as a program has kind of backed themselves into a corner at times in years past about trying to complicate things and trying to do too much at times that they kind of get in trouble.
Derek in the car, good morning. Goes, good point. You also see Hoagie using double tight end set with H-back motion. He can run or pass from that set. Great combo. Man, we're getting close, fellas. Derek, we definitely are getting close. I don't like your point because he does use those double tight end sets at times. Raph, I'm going to bring it back. Nick, I'm going to bring it back to Nebraska. We could run the option out of any formation. Shotgun, double tight, eye back, no back. Raph, you know those days to where you can make complicated very simple, but complicated for the defense trying to understand what, the formation and set you're in. With a full year under their belt now with Hoagie, Raph, I think we probably see multiple sets at different times. Obviously, if you go back and look at Holgorsen, what he's done in the past with past teams, you go back to Houston, etc. When he's on the East Coast as well. They've run a lot of different formations. So it's going to be interesting to see how these guys are just having a year under their belt with the playbook, mannerisms, tendencies, etc. Nick and Raph, I could see multiple times you would see maybe 2 tight ends in a game, depending on what the set is. And so I just think I'm just excited to see it, put it that way.
Yeah, well, you also too with Haarberg, like I don't know, how much he'll play and stuff like that, but when he's in the game, you've got your safeties definitely have got to be watching. He's a threat to throw the ball. He's a threat to run the ball. It adds options. So like you said, the old Nebraska, where you could show different show different things, but it's still, you still could run options. So I see them using him as, maybe even a decoy sometimes, just to take a guy or two off the defense, just to keep eyes on him. So I think he's definitely going to play a part in the Nebraska offense.
Think about it this way, and maybe this comparison is offline. So let us know on the text line 464-5685. Raf AD, you do the same as always. Keep me humbled. Are the comparisons parallel between the way we talk about Heinrich Haarberg and the way we talked about Luke McCaffrey? Do you remember that year where it was like, do you remember? Because now, granted, Luke McCaffrey's size, it's different. That part is different. The body type is different. But think about what you just kind of talked about there, Raf. Use him as a decoy. Bring him in. And you don't know if he can run or pass. Those are the same conversations Nebraska fans had about Luke McCaffrey, about why not put Adrian and Luke on the field at the same time. You can run packages for that. We had these same conversations, and that's where I think there could be a lot of Husker fans that might be a little gun shy, because it's complicated things and actually gone in the wrong direction rather than in the positive direction. And maybe it's different this year just because Husker fans have this ultimate confidence in Dana Holgorsen.
Go ahead, Rafi.
The one thing that I see differently, though, is with Luke McCaffrey, when they were putting him in those situations, it kind of breeded him into becoming the quarterback. The more they saw all that different stuff, it's we want to see him play the quarterback. But I think now that you've seen Haarberg play quarterback, and he was decent for what he did, but I think being so solidified that what Dylan's at, I think that because McCaffrey, when they were running him in those formations and stuff like that, it was being pretty successful, but then the buzz became quarterback, and not having that. So I think that might be the one difference.
I think another thing is, I'll go back again to obviously shape, body size, etc. But also McCaffrey had a more body of work on the field than I think McCaffrey did, as far as playing multiple positions, quarterback and tight end. Sometimes you put him in a slot too. I'll say this, just kind of put my spin on before we go to the next clip. I think Holgorsen knows that he's got some toys to play with.
Yeah.
He's got some toys he knows he can play with in different formations. And Raf, to your point, and Nick, you brought this up too, sometimes just even as a decoy, just to keep defenses, just keep them honest, if you would.
Let's get one more clip in here. The running back room, depth in the running back room. Here's what Matt Rule had to say.
Yeah, I think Emmett's clearly the running back number one. Quentin, he pulled up a little bit lame today, I think. So we'll see. We'll see where he's at. As I've said, it's going to take 3-4 guys to get through the season, and so there's a lot of work to be done at that position. But Mekhi Nelson's as explosive a guy as I've been around. I mean, it's just putting the whole thing together for him in terms of, he's another young player, as we just talked about. Quentin, I've talked about him a lot, just putting it all together. Mosey coming over, Kenneth Williams, Connor Booth, as I mentioned, Jamarian's out, but there's a lot of guys that, we put Kenneth out there to return the opening kickoff, against Boston College. I mean, we think he's an explosive player. So, but what we need at running back in this offense is you can't just be just a runner. You got to be able to protect. You got to be able to catch the ball in the backfield. And so you got to be an all-around back. It's not hey, give me the old, runner, and then on third down, go to the third down back. We want to be multiple. So, there's a lot of tactical things that those guys have to improve upon. So it'll be a position that we're counting on EJ. And EJ's an excellent coach. We're counting on him to get those guys ready.
Rev, Nick, it's going to be interesting to see how many times Emmett carries the pill. Obviously he had Dante Dotwell last year splitting time up. Rev, what's your confidence level seeing him tote the ball 18, 20, 21 times a game? Do you think that'll happen? Nick, do you think that'll happen? Obviously, this is all speculation because we're preseason. We'll speculate for the next 30 days as far as that goes. But it's intriguing to even think. As I was listening to him, I'm thinking, I don't know the last back we had that totaled the ball 21 times a game.
Yeah.
Rafi.
I think that's the range, between 15, 20 carries a game. If it goes a little bit over that, I think that's would be what you'd expect. But the key thing there is, he's got to stay injury free. I mean, everything is thrown into flux if he's injured. By hearing Coach Rule talk, there's a lot of pieces in that room. Once again, it's just a matter of getting them out on the field and them executing. Being 3 down backs. It sounds like that's what Coach Barthold wants. Is he wants all 3 down backs. You just can't have that one guy that specializes at just one thing.
I think there's something to be said, guys. Nebraska, they need somebody in that room to step up, whether it's going to be Quentin Ives. I actually, the reports of Makai Nelson are relatively positive. There's a couple things that Makai's got to work on, whether that's off the field or on the field, that it might keep him off the field a little bit. But I just think that when you look at Nebraska's running back room, you mentioned Dante Dowdell, the departure of Dante Dowdell. Nebraska didn't really go out and get somebody to fill that void. And
with the exception of the offer to the young men that chose Miami and not Miami.
Yes, Charmar Brown.
Charmar Brown, yeah.
Yeah, they tried.
Yeah.
And I know, I mean, I can speak with that. Is I know Charmar was, I mean, he would have pushed Emmett for number one spots. I know the coaches really like Charmar. I wonder though at times with Nebraska's running back situation are they going to be able to find somebody to take the load off of Emmett Johnson? Not that he'll need it in game 4, but in game 7, game 8,
you're gonna need somebody to
spell. You're gonna need somebody. You need somebody to step up. And so that's where I go back to, man, how much are they really going to embrace the running game? They will with Emmett, but also just knowing Dana Holgerson at times as well. They improved the wide receiver room a lot. They're going to be utilized in that room a lot. And so I do wonder about the split. Everybody's like, oh, I want a balanced offense. I don't think it's going to be balanced. I think it's going to be a little more pass than run.
Rafi, what you got for the RGT, my brother?
All right, today's Raf's good take goes out to Ryan Sandberg. He passed away yesterday. Just thinking back on Ryan Sandberg, we had one of the best childhoods growing up because you had the Cubs on WGN, you had Steve Stone, Mark Gray, Sean Dunston, you had the Braves on TNT with Skip Carey and Dale Murphy, and it was just a great time to grow up back then. So I want to thank Ryan Sandberg for giving me an awesome childhood. So Ryan Sandberg, you are Raf's good take.
May rest in peace. Raf, appreciate you, brother. We'll walk with you tomorrow. Folks, we'll be back. Talk some more Husker ball and just sports in general. We'll be right back. It's The Drive.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
When opportunity knocks, you don't want to miss the call. Hamilton Business Technologies makes communication easy and efficient using customized technology, all while putting people first. Whether you're working from the office, at home, or on the go, Hamilton Business Technologies equips your business with the right tools for smooth, professional call handling. Hamilton Business Technologies. Real people, real technology solutions. Learn more at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
We interrupt this commercial break for an important story.
There once was a man from Nebraska who went searching for food in Alaska. When his stomach was rumbling while laying in bed, he could think of only one option, Führer's cheese spread. So he left it once and drove day and night to return back home for cheese spread delight. Now his stomach is full and the voice in his head tells him no more vacations without Führer's cheese spread. Find yours today at most local grocers.
Rick Heyman here from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. Visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at SartorHeyman.com.
Sartor Heyman Jewelers.
What's better than supporting your favorite radio station and eating delicious Nebraska-made products? Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska wants to highlight you, the listener, on the 93.7 The Ticket Wall of Fame at the store. Stop by the store at 48th and R in Lincoln and see their huge variety of small batch gourmet jerky. Or if you're not in the area and want to try some, go to smokinggunjerky.com and enter code EARLY for 10% off your purchase. It's the ultimate low-calorie, high-protein snack at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
This just in, hot off the bench press. Planet Fitness has expanded strength equipment. Save $28 or more when you join today. We're raising the bar with these benches, and our hack squat will have you actually looking forward to leg day. Plus, we're still repping all the best-in-class equipment we've always had. There's no better time to get stronger. So join Planet Fitness today and save $28 or more. Just $1 down, $15 a month.
Find your nearest club and join today. Deal ends July 31st.
See Home Club for details.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next opportunity? Nebco is hiring. They're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. They offer competitive wages, great benefits, service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Apply today at nebco.com. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for the Nebco shop. Learn more at nebco.com. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at nebco.com.
Looking to upgrade your equipment and keep cash in your pocket? Through July at Landmark Implement, get up to a 24-month waiver on select John Deere tractors and combines, or lock in 1.9% fixed rate for 36 months, followed by 5.8 fixed for another 36 months. When planning for this year's harvest, we've got a solution that works for your bottom line. Visit your Landmark Implement today and check us out at landmarkimp.com and experience the Landmark difference.
Breathe easier inside your home with Bryant. Eliminate allergens and odors and control humidity too. For a breath of fresh air, call 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Now back to the drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainert. Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, we're back. 10:30 segment. Big Hoss, good morning to you, brother. Big Hoss says, I don't care about all the flashy stuff. Show me that you're good and consistent with the basic stuff, then throw in some flashy stuff. That's my opinion. You know what, Big Hoss? I tell you what, we agree with you on that too, man. You know, because even when we ran the option, Nick, out of multiple formations, it was still very basic. It was just a different look. Yeah. It was just a different look. There wasn't a lot of things going on. It was just a different look, a different formation to kind of keep the defense off. On the toes, if you would, off balance, if you would.
There's just also something to be said. Like, I think I can agree and put words in mouths of Husker fans here. When I say, all right, one of the biggest things Nebraska fans want is just the ability to go and line up against somebody and go, you know what we're going to do. We know what we're going to do. Try to stop us because we don't think you will be able to.
Yeah.
I think like that is the one thing that Nebraska fans want out of everything is consistency and the ability to say, we're going to line up against you, and you know what's coming, but we're going to do it anyway.
I remember, like I said, I'll see Sty occasionally. Big Brendan, former guard for Nebraska, part of the pipeline. You can call him Popline too because they was popping heads. But we'll talk sometimes at the weight room in the mornings. And I remember Sty and Graham and Wilkes would literally tell those dudes, we're running the same play. Yeah. That hole right, hold number 2. We're running the same play.
Think about how,
demoralizing.
Oh my gosh, for the defense, but think about the feeling as like an offensive line being able to line up and go, I'm going to do that again to you.
Yeah, this is going to be the same play.
Same play. It'd be pretty sweet.
DPC, what's happening, brother?
Oh, you know, I'm the same way. I call the same place.
Same place.
Same place. I'm just going to execute. I'm just going to execute.
And what you said is the key. Is if you can execute better, it doesn't matter.
I was going to say, because how much of it is like control what you can control?
I'm going to execute. This is what I'm going to do every day. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to love you every day. I'm going to bring you some smiles, some positivity. I'm either going to inform you or I'm going to perform for you. And then at the end of it, hopefully you're better for it.
Right.
That's it. Like football, sports, baseball. Listen, fastball down and away. I'm going to make it move a little bit. Sometimes it's going to run in the hand. Sometimes it's going to run away. That's where I'm going to live. 2 strike, I'm going to go up in the zone. I'm going to make you chase something. Hope your eyes are telling you the truth. Hope your eyes are telling you the truth, because your eyes will see something, but it lies to your hands, and your hands can't catch what your eyes can always see.
That makes me excited just thinking about it. Honestly,
right? Like basketball. Basketball is space. That listen, if you can get from the midline in the front of the rim to the corner three, right? I'm gonna make you defend all of that.
Right.
I'm gonna make you defend all of it. Now, if you defend all of it and you just that good, you
Tip
that
my
long, that good. Hey, tip my hat. Tip my hat.
Yep.
But guess what? The likelihood, you might do it the first time because your legs are fresh.
Right.
Second time, hey man, if you leave your feet, I'm gonna pump fake you and go and get to the rim anyway. Otherwise, you know what? I'm just gonna meet you at the front of the rim, and we just gonna see at the front of the rim who's better.
We're gonna have a discussion.
We can do we can tip all the rest of the stuff, right? And people spend a lot of time. There are a lot of coaches that get caught up in the distraction.
Right.
The distraction is just that.
Yeah.
Chaos is just that. It's there for a reason. But when I slow down and I know what I'm doing, it's the old Redskins, the old Hogs with Riggins. You know what's coming. 50 gut. We ain't even got to talk about it. It's 50 gut. I'm gonna get behind Jacoby and Grimm. I'm gonna send this 240-pound former track star from Kansas. I'm gonna send him right at you. I'm gonna send a couple of big 280-pound tight ends at him. But guess what? Randy White, we're coming right here.
And then if we catch you slipping, we're gonna have Art Monk going down the sideline on
Well,
you.
you know, this right? Like we listen, like through all of it. But who I am and AD and I are shoe buddies.
Yes,
we're shoe buddies. I can't even fake it, right? Like that's my dude, right? And so he says a thing. He sees a pair, and he's like, "Man, that's the pair." But in seeking the thing that you seek, your eyes sometimes will find another thing. So AD, and here's the thing: I have this conversation with Becky on a regular basis. She's like, "I know it's a cultural thing. I know y'all get a different level of enjoyment." I said, "Listen, I can give AD and Nick the same pair of shoes. I'm not going to get the same reaction and response. I'm just not.
These are neat.
Right. He don't he ain't gonna wear them the same way. He not gonna dress them up the same way.
No.
I know. Like I don't even know what size shoes Nick wears.
No.
I know what size shoes Austin, because Austin will become a child.
Yeah.
When you get him a pair of size 14s the right way. I know that Luke here at the mill. Man, you walk in with some 14s for Luke. Luke gonna dance for you. Luke gonna break you. Hey man, appreciate you. He gonna do that. Jay Foreman's the same way. Farley's that way.
Oh yeah.
Not everybody is that way. But AD, I saw a pair. I saw a pair, and I was like, listen, man, I ain't even gonna mess with this dude.
Oh,
I had not seen. I had not seen the gray. The gray with the red 3 stripe.
Hold those up.
I had not seen the gray Husker, the gray Nebraska with the 3
Those
stripes.
are clean.
Oh, these are off the chains, right?
Right,
here, DP.
right. Like
with the Nebraska end,
with
too.
the Nebraska end on the tongue of the shoe. I saw those and I just went, oh, now mind you, I tell you all the time, these size 14s make it real hard. I'm Rick Flair. It's a hard time keeping these gators on the floor
These are
sometimes,
off
right?
the chains,
right?
man.
But I want to say, because the ones I have on my feet are the ones that Peter Cobalt from Nebraska Tennis. These are the ones that the Huskers wear,
right,
in their matches. And he brought those. He's like, I got them in the 14. Man, give me them shoes. Like, stop messing with me. But the thing about getting gifts,
these are off the chains,
when you open your hands to receive, you also have the opportunity to get.
Absolutely.
And when I saw those, I'm like, okay, AD is going to kill those.
Yes, indeed.
Those are crazy. Now, you had fallen in love with a different pair though, and I was like, oh, bruh. All right, now see, here's the thing. AD goes, I'm buying those. I'm buying those. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna make a business decision. I'm gonna go ahead and get them because those I hadn't seen. But I'm also a man of my word.
Wait a minute. Christmas in July.
Yeah, right.
I'm not even gonna look yet. I'm just going. Oh wait.
I am also like get you the thing you asked for. I'm a man of my word. The red and those. Listen, that's
Adidas.
Right. That it's different, right?
Look at these.
Aren't those glorious? Those are game day. Yeah.
The gray ones are sweet.
And aren't they though?
Those might be
never
my
seen
favorite ones. Like
Never
even
seen
over
these.
the Ultra Boost that they released and all that.
I've never seen these, dude.
Those
I
are
had
sweet.
that, and they didn't. Nick, I don't even. What size shoes you wear? I don't
12.
know. Okay, they may have had 12.
That's all right.
I will ask him again.
That's all right. Yeah.
No, I will. Now that I know, they don't know. Like you Littlefoot dudes make me mad because you can go in the store. Like
no. Well, the
you
wide
can go
feet don't help.
No, you can go in the store.
Those gray ones are so.
Aren't
I cannot get over the grays.
Right?
They're clean.
The game day has elevated.
Yes, it did.
The game day shoe elevation.
I
is,
might put some plastic over them on game day, though.
I'm gonna put some little booties.
Right? Because somebody step on them. Right. The day they step on them. Right.
Oh, these are off
Aren't
the
those
chain,
fire?
man. And these, see, there's so many things you can do with these, man. With suits, I can rock it with a suit.
Bruh.
No socks if I want to.
Wow.
With socks.
And I went with the lows on them instead of the mids or the highs. But
yes, I love these.
But it's there. So it's there. But I
love them.
I had a day yesterday of being just loved on and gifted.
63.
Right, 63 years old, bro.
It's a blessing, man.
63. This is day 23,012. 23,012 sunrises, sunsets, opportunities, lessons, missions, purpose, engagements. You're meeting people, you're loving on people. And again, 9 years ago, I was in ICU asking for one more day. I mean this when I tell people, listen, if you can make a moment in a day, that's the whole point of the day.
Absolutely,
is to make a day. And I woke up this like I knew last night. You know what? I'm gonna make AD smile today,
brother. You did,
and that's literally all there is. That's why we do what we do. Those are the relationships. When you know people, you say when you aspire to know better so you can do better. Well, when you know what makes somebody smile, do that. Do that. It's not that complicated. So, to tell you both, there are 4 birthday cakes in the refrigerator. Please, there are 4 birthday cakes. There are 4, and they're all chocolate cream pie, red velvet.
Oh, that's
yeah. Please, for your family, go take half a cake. Everybody at the station could take half a cake. We gave half a cake to a family that comes in here. I just take half the cake. So Take a quarter cake, half a cake, and you know how it's a good day? The Cardinals are on the ground outside. That's how you know.
Indeed.
That's how you know the Redbirds are out, bro. It's a good time.
Yes, it is. DP, appreciate you.
Yeah, man.
Thanks much, brother. Appreciate it, man. This was like Christmas. Nick.
That's awesome.
I mean,
the grays, man.
Dude,
the grays.
I'm gonna see some of the tech. Okay, I've never
seen it.
I've never seen
that
these.
type of gray is in style right now a lot. Too.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
See, I could wear both of these. I wasn't really a big wearing sneakers with suits.
Yeah.
But with these right here, I could rock.
Well,
these
the other
with
part
some,
is I just love the throwback Adidas logo on the back.
Yes.
Like
it's just plastic.
There's something to be said about now. Everybody's trying to modernize everything and be like, all right, what's the coolest, sleekest that we can? Sometimes just the throwback logos are the best.
Yes, these are off the chains, man. Some of the again, big shout out to DP. I really appreciate that, man. Those are I'm definitely gonna rock those. I'm just like giddy gumdrops when I'm gonna do all those. Clay Tony John says, hey DP, my shoe size is 10.5. Big Haas says, send me a link to those Husker shoes. Will you please? You'll have to text DP. I'm gonna have DP to respond to because I'm not sure where he even got these at. Eric said, man, DP's listen is such a staple. Laugh out loud. Nick, yeah, so big shout to DP. I appreciate those shoes. Those things are off the doggone chains. I absolutely love those guys.
What would you rate my shoes that I'm wearing right now? I got the Birkenstocks.
No, I
on.
like them.
I got the Birks on.
I got a pair
Ellie
of
made
black
fun
ones.
of me because I'm wearing socks with them.
No, I got a pair of black ones, man.
Yeah, the
so
honest truth
they're
is
comfortable.
I was just tired of wearing tennis shoes the entire day.
But Nick, mine are
yesterday.
the rubber ones.
Yeah, so you can get wet.
Yeah, and so I had those on when I was at the in the mountains last year, and a buddy of mine, I took a picture with my feet in the stream.
Yeah.
My man, he goes, man, look at this brother, Black Jesus, wearing some
That's what Terrell Farley calls me. Well, not Black Jesus, but like that's what Terrell calls me. He's like, you got your Jesus shoes on.
Terrell
today.
calls you Black Jesus.
No, he does not. No, he does not. I realized that after I said that, I was like,
Biracial
wait,
Jesus.
time out. He does not say that. He does not refer to me as that.
Light skinned Jesus.
But no. I was leaving the house this morning. I was like, all right, I don't have a meeting today. I'm just gonna hang out. I was like, man, just the slip-on Birks are what
They're comfortable, man.
They're so comfortable.
They're comfortable.
They're so comfortable.
Unknown texter says shophuskers.com. It's shop.huskers.com. Again, that's shop.huskers.com. Appreciate that, unknown texter. Hizzle Bear says, y'all need to do Adidas app. Yeah, the Adidas app does got some pure stuff on there, man. That's for sure. David from Renew, are those size 12?
Yeah. What size are they, AD?
And DF, have a great time. Continue to have a great time on your trip. I'm not going to put you on blast where you're at. That's no one's business. But enjoy where you're at in those concerts, big dog.
Enjoy Red Rocks. He posted about it. He posted about it. That's the only reason.
That is true.
The best part. I'm not going to put it on blast. Yeah, he's
going to show up at your house tonight. Hey, man, let's get off the road, man.
He just texted me asking if I was back. And I was like, well, yeah. So David's obviously listening.
I love it. So. Folks, we'll be back with the AD attitude adjustment. And I'm just letting you know, we're going to have plenty of Husker football tomorrow, too. Because there's a lot to go into. In particular, a move that they made this year amongst the players. We'll discuss that tomorrow, too, folks. We'll be back for the attitude adjustment. Let's drive.
Advanced Medical Imaging is the largest radiology group in Nebraska, located in Lincoln at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. At Advanced Medical Imaging, they utilize state-of-the-art technology and blend it together with their compassionate, skilled team to guide you through every step. Whether it's an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray, their precise diagnostics help your doctor deliver the best care plan for you. Choose clarity and comfort in your life by choosing Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard and online at amimaging.com.
Breathe easier inside your home with Bryant. Eliminate allergens and odors and control humidity too. For a breath of fresh air, call 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Since 1983, Fast Mike's Roll-Offs have been a trusted and reliable company in Lincoln and the surrounding areas. Fast Mike's handles all sides of construction projects, home renovations, or big cleanouts. With the perfect size dumpster to fit your needs, Fast Mike's Roll-Offs will haul it all. With same-day delivery in Lincoln, affordable rates, and top-notch service, Fast Mike's Roll-Offs make cleanup quick and easy. Call now at 402-450-6828 or visit us online at fastmikesrolloffs.com. Book your dumpster today. Fast Mike's Roll-Offs, cleanup made simple.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
What's it take to be a mentor with big brothers, big sisters? It takes 30 minutes and a cup of coffee. A video game, best 2 out of 3. It takes sharing thumbs up emojis, clapping emojis, and loaded nachos at halftime. That's how you make an impact on a young kid's life. So go on, share a few hours a month, because mentorship may sound huge, but the truth is, it takes little to be big. To learn more, volunteer, or donate, go to bebignow.org.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at DoorsPlusLLC.com. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
When you're outdoors beneath Nebraska skies, adventure comes in all sizes. From quick escapes and long weekends to true off-the-grid retreats. Paddle, hike, camp, explore. Whether you have a few hours or a few days, we'll guide you to a state park or recreation area that's a perfect fit. Start your next adventure today at yournebraskaparks.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? Do you need a lawyer you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion? The attorneys at Liberty Law understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Contact us for a free consultation by calling 877-42-LIBERTY. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help get you the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group. Trial attorneys you can trust.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next opportunity? Nebco is hiring. They're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. They offer competitive wages, great benefits, service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Apply today at nebco.com. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for the Nebco shop. Learn more at nebco.com. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at nebco.com.
A1 Automotive's second location is now open at 5110 State Hill Drive, just off of Yankee Hill Road. The new location continues to specialize in all makes and models and provides personalized service as they have for 15 years. To honor the new store opening, A1 is offering $25 off any service over $300, $50 off services over $500, and $75 off services that total over $750, all through July 31st. Schedule your appointment today at A1AutoLincoln.com and visit their new location in South Lincoln at 5110 State Hill Drive.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce is complicated. It affects every part of your life, your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce and the unexpected directions that it can take, it's times like this that you need a partner you can count on.
If you're a man facing divorce, contact Cordell & Cordell today to connect with a local divorce attorney who understands the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Text GO99 to 323232. GO99 to 323232. GO99 to 323232. 1221 N Street, Lincoln. Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textingterms.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply, stop to opt out.
At Schwezo Construction, safety isn't just a policy, it's a promise. Build with us. Work safe, go home proud. We're hiring skilled craftsmen, laborers, concrete workers, and steel erectors who value quality work and a team that has your back, on and off the job site. If you're ready to be part of a company where your safety and success come first, visit Schwezo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com and apply today. Schwezo Construction, 40 years strong and still building the future.
Now back to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainer, sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, folks, we are back for the last segment. Hizzlebear.
I like those shoes. You see those, Nick? The Hizzlebears?
I usually don't click. Oh, yeah. I love those.
Those are my
Pure
construction.
style. Hizzlebear, thanks, man.
I like
I
that.
appreciate that.
I like that.
They're
Izzy.
comfortable.
They look very comfortable, man. Look very comfortable. I like those, brother.
They also have the off-brand ones that you can buy for like $25.
Okay.
That's the ones I usually buy, the rubber ones, for like, $35-$40. And those are my boating shoes.
They're comfortable boating shoes, too, aren't they?
Oh, yeah. They're boating shoes. They can get wet. Doesn't matter. Yeah, we're chilling.
Those jokers are comfortable, man.
What you got today, Edie?
You know what, bro? You know what, bro? Speak life. That's what I'm going to tell you, folks. Not fear, not failure, not I guess it is what it is. When someone says it is what it is, that basically means they don't care. It is what it is. When they don't care to change it, or they're just accepted the fate the way it is. I get it. Sometimes some things we can't change. But you know what, folks? Stop speaking defeat over your future. Stop letting doom and gloom rent space in your head and your heart. Speak life. I can't stress that enough. Start declaring hope. And I don't care if even all hell is breaking loose. Speak life. This is a text from a friend of mine, and no one knows him that's here. I know they don't. I'm not even going to mention his name. But he goes, he's hanging in there. He's talking about a mutual friend. This gentleman, I don't know who he's talking about. It's his brother-in-law.
He goes, my sister-in-law just spent the last week with them. Chemo whipped him pretty good. He's not doing great. Thanks for the prayers. He's going to clinical trial. He's still, even this gentleman, his brother-in-law, although he's dealing with stage 4, he's still speaking life into his life.
It's up to you, folks. Watch your mind's mouth. Speak life. And we're going to speak with you tomorrow as we discuss more Husker ball. We got Nick holding down the 1s and 2s. We'll be right back tomorrow.
Keep summer green with Judson Bylene and Judson Irrigation. More than 40 years ago, Judson Irrigation started taking in orphans. Lawn sprinkler systems installed by a quickie, cheapy summer job, install 'em and forget 'em outfit long forgotten. Call Judson Irrigation. They'll never forget you.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
A1 Automotive's second location is now open at 5110 State Hill Drive.